Alright, hey guys. So this video is going to be based off of how to spot a cheater. A lot of people have been messaging me a person on TikTok that they think is cheating and is trying to do stuff similar to me, but is cheating while doing it. And I found it to be a really interesting test case to evaluate whether someone is cheating or not, or whether you should give them the benefit of the doubt. My general consensus is that I probably give the benefits out to more people than most, and I think that is just how you should conduct yourself regarding these accusations. I also wanted to say that I know I've been inactive on this YouTube channel for a bit. I do have a lot of videos planned, and I'm making those videos. I just need to finish up on my big project that is going to be my comeback video, and then and then after that, I am expecting to do daily uploads. Anyway, let's go into how to spot a cheater. So this person here is apparently cheating. It's on 120 FPS. He goes by xfull on TikTok. So if we want to go to TikTok, xfull_. But people believe that this person is cheating. I have feeling that he might come from my community because I got a message in Discord talking about how this was apparently 0.76 inches or some shit like that. 360. So he has a really high sense. Yeah. So this person might come from my community basically. Yeah, I wanted to go over this video and what this person who's trying to expose this person isn't considering necessarily. And I think that I have a pretty decent authority on this topic due to the fact that I have a pretty extensive cheating past, and I've also got a very high bar that I've played out legitimately. So, like, obviously everyone knows about my past. I've cheated for a decent amount on multiple games, but I've also competed and performed at the highest level on a lot of games too. So I feel like I'm in a unique position where my perspective is more interesting and potentially more valid than other people. So yeah, let's go over to this video. There'll be portions where I'm not talking and just letting the video play, and I'll respond to the things that this person says that I think is interesting. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be exposing a cheater. I already did on TikTok. I think we're at like 12K, 13K views right now on my TikTok, but he posted a TikTok boasting the plunder kill record of 121 kills. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but this man's cheating, and I got in a solo game with him and played against him, and he killed me. Unfortunately, didn't have fucking OBS open because I'm a dumbass, but I watched this man wallbang people, run at people that are crouching in corners, and pre-fire them every whole 9 yards.
Alright, so what I find interesting with this is I don't really take much credibility towards people that are making exposing videos most of the time. So I am going to take with a grain of salt the accusations that he was just pre-firing people around corners, drop shotting, like all that sort of stuff. I'm going to take that with a massive grain of salt. And the reason that I'm skeptical of these things is due to the fact that, like, there's a lot of people that are maybe exposing videos of me that have just directly, blatantly lied about things that's happened. For example, earsxbl Live or earsxbl or whatever. He made a video exposing me. He didn't expose me. I posted the shit myself, but he made a video explaining that he exposed me, and then he just lied for like 8 minutes about how he's versed me when he's in America and I live in Australia and I don't play American servers, like, ever. And he's like, I ran into him in 10v10. He never did. And he just, like, added lies to, like, make his accusation more credible, and there was no way of proving it, and and it was just a blatant lie by Ears himself. So I'm going to take with this person's account of this with a decent grain of salt.
I've been playing Warzone for like 2 months, but I've been playing Call of Duty for like 10 years, playing PC for like 6 years. I know when I see a cheater, I hate calling cheats, but I know when I see one. And he is one, and he's acting like one too, because he tried to say I was a bozo for exposing him, and I clearly don't know what audio cues are in good game sense, right?
Alright, so this is something that's very interesting, and it's something that every single one of these people bring up, and I just view it as them being ego-stricken. But this person could be cheating. And I'm going to probably point out some stuff that he's done that's suspicious. It's just, all of these things are fallacious appeals to emotion to the viewer. So, for example, bringing up the fact that you've played COD for 10 years means nothing. It literally means nothing. Bringing up the fact that you're a good player means nothing. And to make sure that I'm not being a hypocrite, me playing at the tippy top level doesn't give me carte blanche to realize what something is illegitimate and what's not. I would say the combination with me personally of having cheating experience pretty extensive and playing at top level gives me a unique perspective. Now, did I say that I was 100% correct and you should take my word? No, I'm not like people who accuse me, for example, saying that it's not an opinion, it's a fact. Yeah, like I'm not going to take what I say with a grain of salt or with like don't take it as fact. I'm not a genius. I don't have full access to this person's PC. I haven't seen him play. I haven't seen Monocam. I haven't seen any of this stuff. So I have no idea if this person's cheating. From this gameplay alone, I think I have a unique perspective. But it's very fallacious appeal to emotion to say like I've been playing for 10 years. I know a cheater when I see one. That's what everyone thinks, man. It's what literally everyone thinks. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how much you've played. Literally, none of that matters. If that was the case, then there wouldn't be a lot of CSGO pros today who've had cheating accusations in the past. For example, Rops, one of the best players in CSGO right now, is when he was brought up, the most decorated players of all time were accusing him of cheats and saying that he had wall hack and like radar hack and stuff like that. Those people being JW, Flusher, Simple. All of these people who are Simple is the best player to ever touch any version of Counter-Strike, and that's 20 years of gaming. He got it wrong. Flusher and JW, who are major winners in CSGO, got it wrong. So if they can get it wrong on accusations, and they're the best in the world in their field, then a random person who is above average or that is even a really good player, they can't really be taken. Like, just because you have that experience of being a decent player doesn't mean that you know what cheats are or like know how to call someone out for that. That is like something that's always brought up when it comes to people like calling me out, like, oh, default thinks you cheat, Exoghost thinks you cheat. Yeah, but like that means nothing. Like, it literally just means nothing. They're using the same evidence that you are. It's just they have that opinion, and you're holding people to such high standards to be like. You're basically putting them on a celebrity status because they're better at a game and using that their opinion matters more than yours. Go into it yourself and make up your own decisions. Don't cheat for another person. So, again, when we're going to react to this might be a bit long, but we're going to react to this. And what I say, don't take it 100%. Don't just mimic what I think. Look at what the evidence is going to pop up here and make your own decision as well. So, here we go.
I'll post my stats on the screen so you guys know.
Again, doesn't matter.
Will see, I guess, my skill range. I'm not bad. I'm not great. I wish I was better, but I'm not bad. Now, this guy over here, Mr. Man, Mr. Zon 120 FPS, just thinks I'm bad. So, I guess we'll see what you guys think of it. We're going to go through this step by step. This is live commentary. I'm also going to post like his TikTok. I'm going to post my TikTok. I'm going to show you guys side by side comparisons. I'm going to let you guys see it all. But we're going to get into this clip right here. And we're going to start off. I didn't get the whole fight because I just did my replay buffer. I should have recorded, but I didn't. Now, he sees a guy on the ground out here. I think it was on the left corner over here, and he shoots him. And so this guy runs into the building scared. Okay.
Alright, so, I don't know what happened before this, right? So with the 5 minutes, Zon says it's an audio cue. This is something that's a bit sus. I don't think, a lot of the times he just says, oh, it was an audio cue. When, he maybe hurts people, but it feels like there's parts where he, quote-unquote, hears an audio cue. And I don't think it's possible for him to hear an audio cue. But with other aspects of game sense, you can pick up on why someone was there or why you think someone is there. Either this person actually is hearing something, when he is hearing something, but the kill cam or the spectator doesn't pick up on it, which can happen. Kill cams and spectators have a warped and a different perspective to a POV. So like it's either he heard something but we didn't. It's either or he's lying that he heard something. Now there's two reasons that he could do that. One is it's a lot easier to just be if you're legit, it's a lot easier. You might lie for this because it's a lot easier to back up. And it takes less time. You can just be like, it was an audio cue in game sense, fuck off. that is a very antagonistic approach. I do that stuff a lot too, but and that might be a lie that he heard something. But he used it to make it easier on himself to explain to people because he doesn't want to go into a massive diatribe on why he thought someone was there. The second outcome of him lying could be the fact that he's cheating and he's lying. So, yeah, there's like 3 avenues I think that the audio cue thing could be, because we don't hear the audio cue in this and multiple altercations later.
This is turned all the way up, by the way. There was no fucking audio cue. Nothing. Didn't hear a single fucking footstep. The last footstep I heard was his. And he runs in here and throws a flashbang off the wall into the corner when the guy could have gone upstairs, could have gone anywhere. It's not like he even just chucked it in there. He angled it to bounce into that corner. Now,
that's dumb as shit evidence. The fact that he bounced off the wall means nothing. He's trying to add that to, like, credibility to, like, this is more sus. No, if you're throwing a stun into this room, which he might have had a reasoning for someone being in this room, we don't know the prior context of this. For example, he might have been over here and a person was over here. He heard gunfire over here and stuff like that. So he assumed in his head when he came into when he rotated out around here that one of these people that is over here on the map came over. Again, people bring up the fact that there's a circular map, which means that he's more sus. It means that that doesn't necessarily mean he's sus, that he's not using square. I used to do that when I jumped on different accounts. I didn't change the circle minimap. But yeah, so when someone, like, he might have had a knowledge that someone was over here, and when he rotated in here, he thought that, like, it's possible for someone to be here. He's playing with restock, I'm pretty sure, restock stuns, so it means that he can be a bit more frugal with his stun grenades. So this could just be a read. This here could be a read. You need to take that into account, because when you're watching a video like this, you might be like, oh, that was random, but, like, look at, like, oh, the zone is coming in here. We didn't get to see what's prior. This is the issue with a lot of badboybeaman videos. It's the fact that he doesn't show the context prior. So, like, we don't know that if someone was here or not, and that's a potential reasoning as to why he thought someone was here. Yeah. So, this can be suspicious, but it's not conclusive. It's a bit sus.
You could say it's a coincidence. I don't think so, because as I said, I am a little biased because I watched this guy play. But anyway,
again, he doesn't think it's a coincidence because I watched this guy play. It means fuck all.
We'll get to when he kills him right here.
And alright, so my understanding of cheats is there's no cheats that could actually get that kill necessarily, apart from silent aim, which just is a feature that has come into Warzone from engineering, I think. So with a lot of people, they have realized that, like, they've been dying by bullets that aren't hitting them. Like, your normal aimbot is a snap-on, right? It's like, it snaps onto them, it locks on, it shoots them, kills them, that sort of thing. But people have realized that they've been dying to, like, bullets that are teleporting to them. For example, someone will be aiming, like, let's say over here, they shoot and the bullet hits here. And that's what we call silent aim, for cheaters. This could potentially be silent aim, but it's a kill cam, so we can't really dictate whether it is or not. So could be. That is a possibility, but I would say it's very unlikely. Anything could be silent aim at that point. Anything could be a very small FOV aimbot. You just need evidence for that, and something like this isn't evidence for that.
Now, I won't say that's sus. I don't think it is sus, because I've seen people hit shots like that before, and it's not that crazy. But then again, with how he acts and what he does, I'm pretty sure he did aim lock that guy. Could be wrong, though. Now he's just BMing because he's saying this guy's trash can, whatever, even though he's literally wall hacking. Regardless.
This is a synoptics thing. You're just saying, oh, he's literally wall hacking. If you repeat it, doesn't make your evidence better. There hasn't been any evidence of this so far. There's been very circumstantial evidence that you could say it's maybe sus that he knew someone was in here. Maybe, but we didn't see earlier. You know? So, like, the evidence here, you can't just keep repeating yourself like everyone that tries to do an exposure video. Like, oh, it's so obvious. None of your evidence here yet has been good enough.
Besides the point, we'll skip ahead to where we don't have to watch this guy BM and do dumb shit. He just kind of goes around.
All right, so for example, I don't know this person. Again, he might be in my community because I saw this posted in my community and someone say something about his sense. That might be like some people might think I'm biased because this person might be in my community. I have no fucking idea. I still don't care. This is just interesting for me because it's a good case example. There's someone that does stuff that everyone thinks is really suspicious, but like there's like a decent alibi for. For example, for him, how he's playing this, we don't know the knowledge of like his knowledge of like the players in this map yet. Like there's a lot of reads that you can do based off prior knowledge in the game, and then also on top of this, he might be just going for clips. And when you're going for clips, you do kind of purposely neglectful shit to try and force yourself to get out of that situation by getting a clip. For example, I might run down the street like he is, like an absolute spurg, instead of running up here and playing the high ground, because if I'm running down the street and I get shot, it gives me an opportunity to go for something that's really cool. And because he's a TikTok person and a content creator, he might be doing this. For example, he might be running down the street because, you know what, if someone shoots him there, he might have the ego to think, like, fuck it, I can hit that shot and it will be cool. Like, that might go into a TikTok. And it increases your chances of getting a clip. These are things I don't think necessarily people think about, especially good players, because especially good players, because most of them don't content create. When you content create, there's people that actively go for clips. I'm assuming this person actively goes for clips, because there's no fucking reason that he would be playing on the sense that he does, which is like 4.6 at 12,000 DPR or something. No one would play at that sense unless they want to go for flashy kills. So this, again, this is bad play, but bad play doesn't mean cheater. So yeah.
Or running around just out in the open with 14 people left, getting close to final circle. He runs onto this roof, and you can hear people fighting. You know, he's got his car, but instead of looking into that field where people are fighting, he just runs around, and it's so weird. Like, I don't know.
All right. So again, he's saying this is weird. What with this? Like, obviously, this is subconscious stuff. Like, he's kind of going through the flow. That's how I'm interpreting it. But like when you're doing this, yeah, he's jumping around. He's not necessarily looking at the people over here. But there's not much danger for him to do this. Like, he is getting jump shots to try and get visibility on random fucking things, right? And then trying to make himself exposed, but not so exposed. For example, this shit's kind of a bait. You jumping up on here and jumping around with self-revive, if someone snipes you, if someone shoots at you, you're not going to die unless they snipe you and have a precision, which is very unlikely. So, like, him doing these jumps is kind of just like baiting out to try and get info. That's how I take it, because if I was doing this, that's what I would be doing. I'd be jumping around trying to get info, because if someone shoots me from any one of these positions, I'm in a relatively safe position, and it doesn't necessarily matter if they do shoot me, because I'm going to know where they are now, and because I have the ego, and I'm assuming this guy plays with a lot of ego, he's on 26 kills, that I have the ego where I know if we both know our position now of each other, I'm better than this player. And if you go statistically, I'm better than every player in the solos lobby. Same way this person is probably the best player in their solos lobby. So they can play these situations suboptimally because they know that they have the skill and the ego to back up in a fight like that. For example, as I said, if someone shot him, he is at a disadvantage because, oh my god, he has less health or whatever. But so he has a self-revive and he has a lot of money and he has armor, so he can go to the buy station. He can do a lot of things to make himself safe, and it gives him info, and that info is a lot more valuable to him than the other player, because the other player is most likely going to be a lot worse than he is. So them being on even playing field on that second engagement means that this person's at the advantage. I hope that I was concise enough and what I was saying was easily understandable. If any of my points don't make that much sense, leave a comment and I'll try and do my best on explaining what my thought process here is. I'm not necessarily super adept at talking and off the cuff like this. So yeah, let's go.
And it's so weird. Like, I don't know anyone who would just not look at that fight. And he has an airstrike. Could have called it and got easy kills. Then he runs over here, sees this guy. Now, I don't think this is cheats. Could have been just good timing. I thought it was weird how he ignored everyone else and ran back here to kill this guy before he even knew he was there. But
I don't know. This, like, these sort of situations happen if you overly look into things. Like, you're gonna find stuff. I don't think this is suspicious. I don't think there's much to talk about. Like, he's jumping around, he sees someone, and then, like, I don't know, I just don't think it's suspicious. You could also go by the fact that, like, he doesn't really have, he probably doesn't have superb knowledge of people over here. So, like, he jumping over here gives him some knowledge that like, there's a possibility that someone's here. Like, it's not even really coincidental or suspicious.
Could just be good timing. Now, this is another like dry part of the clip where he just kind of runs around aimlessly on the roof, not looking at anything, not like even. It's weird because he's like, it's like he's just playing aimlessly, running around. He runs over here to this building, gets roof control. I mean, smart play for final circle.
Yeah, alright, so, he says smart play, which, again, doesn't help this person's, position, but this person seems to have the knowledge to, like, he seems to have knowledge, right? Of, like, this is how you play. For example, he is getting high ground, and then the circle's coming in here. So this person isn't a bad player. So, for anyone watching, if someone's doing aimlessly running around, and like, they have the knowledge to be like, this is good play, they have good aim, but all of that sort of thing, like, take into account why they're running around aimlessly. Because, like, I don't feel like anyone does that. This person obviously has game sense. I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, like, this person obviously has some game sense. And this, if he, like, the type of player to run down the street for no reason, like, because, alright, let's rephrase. The type of person to run down the street because they don't have the game sense to know that that is a bad play isn't really the type of player to be positioning themselves this well in Final Zone. So, if that's the case, then look into why he's doing the aimless thing. He's a fucking TikTok person. He's probably going for clips. That's how I would take that.
Now, we're getting to a sus part here. And you'll see later why, and I'll explain why this is sus. But, you know, you can see that guy at Green Crate out in the open. That was easy to see. I mean, he bodies him. He hits every shot with the iron sight M4 from that far, though. And I know those of you who have used the M4 before know that is fucking hard to do. And then there's this, right?
It really isn't. Oh, alright, so that first kill, we'll also talk about the second kill. But that first kill, it's not really that hard. That gun is pretty easy to use. It's really good at long range. It's accurate. So, it's not that hard. So the idea of hitting those 4 shots isn't really that suspicious. Yeah.
Right here. This is the money clip right here.
The money clip?
He literally runs and aims, aim locks right on this guy's head. And you could just say, oh, he just...
Alright, so alright. So we'll talk about this. Aim locks right on the guy's head. Doesn't really come across that way, but even if that's the case, if his aimbot was locking onto people's heads, he would be getting a bit more headshots than he is. For example, that guy all the way over there, if you had an aimbot, like with the 4 XM4 shots, right? If you had an aimbot that was set to head, like, it would have been a headshot. Because, like, that's a hard shot to hit, so, like, it most likely would have been a headshot. And none of his kills prior to this were headshots. So the idea that he just randomly now started aim locking to people, to only specifically this person's head, seems very off color. And that's, like, there's no pattern to this. There's no reason for this. There's no motive for this. Because if we go later on, like, if we go to later clips as well, and in this video, he doesn't do this ever again. So it could be just an anomaly. The same way that he is going to talk about now, how it drags away and it looks like an aim lock, could be an anomaly.
Just aimed at the bushes and he saw the guy. You could see the resistance. You could see... Oh shit. Oops, I'm a fucking idiot. You could literally see the resistance when he pulled away from it. Like, it was stuck on his...
Again, no. And then secondly, you don't really see resistance, and even if you did, it's a kill cam. Like, you're spectating someone. It's a reenactment of the POV. So you can't really take robotic, like, things in the kill cam or stuff like that to be 100% evidence. And if this is your money shot, It needs to be pretty good. Not just when he looked away, it seemed to be a bit too smooth or a bit too magnetic. That's not good enough.
His head.
And then also weird that, like, oh, he aim locked directly to his head, and then he got a neck shot. Alright.
That was just blatant. He took this out of his TikTok. He didn't show this part in his TikTok, go figure. But you can...
I would say they probably didn't show this in his TikTok defending himself, which I haven't seen, but he probably didn't show this TikTok defending himself because this is a nothing burger. There's nothing to this.
Literally see the resistance from whenever he pulled off of his head. And then starts to run back here, you know.
Alright, he's doing jumping around stuff. Like, that could be just like him doing, like, showing off. But, like, he's running back here with zone closing, right? This person's gonna say this is suspicious. And it can be. Like, there's a lot of stuff that is slightly suspicious, but can be legit. I don't want to overemphasize this stuff is slightly suspicious. He's going to run back here, and he's going to see someone. The same way in this room, kind of just like lobbed an aid, and there was someone in there. That's somewhat suspicious. I'm just saying that there's possibilities to this being legit, and it's decent possibilities. So, sage cheating is really bad, because you want to be beyond a reasonable doubt to accuse someone of cheating. Because, yeah, you want to have a pretty good certainty that they're cheating for you to accuse them of such. So, for me personally, I would say that, like, it's 50-50 even, or maybe, like, 70-30, or 80-20. It's like, and, like, towards him not cheating, right? It's like, there's doubt that he could be cheating. He's a bit sus. But I wouldn't make a video on it, or, of him cheating, because there's still a decent amount of doubt here. And that's, I think, a massive issue that we have here, is, like, there'll be, like, one or two sus clips, and people will be like, yeah, it's cheats. And it's just, like, it can be, but it also cannot be. So, yeah, you want to be frugal with your accusations.
I like to watch outside his circle, too. It's something I do very often when I play. I get a lot of kills doing it. But what the weird part is he completely ignores everything down here. He completely ignores over here. And he just runs straight back. And he has...
Alright, so with this, he's checking when zone's coming in. This is smart. So whoever this is, Slick, you can't really rep your experience of being a quote-unquote good player when this is just, like, basic BR knowledge of, like, if when the zone is closing, it's good to check. It's good to check, because people might be running in and closing in, and then you have a massive advantage because they can't fall back. He sees tracker here, so he knows the person's running in.
Tracker, you can clearly see those footsteps. He sees the foot for half a second. Half a second. Now, I have good reaction time. He didn't react here at all. He reacted here.
Yeah, because he's not a bad player. What? If I see someone here and they're no longer here, I wouldn't shoot here. Especially when this is, like, I'm assuming this person knows this like I do. This is wallbangable. So, like, if I see someone here, I'm going to, like, shoot around here because that's where he's potentially going to be. Right? Why would I shoot there? That's really weird. And, like, this is evidence? It's just not.
And shot 3 bullets and hit all 3 of them.
Alright, we're going to wait for this.
Through the grate. Or through the floor. Now, that could be argued.
Again, this is evidence against this person cheating. He instantly flicks down here and throws a stun into there. Now, maybe you can say, he's just really good at playing it off. I don't know, man, because, like, this puts him in a spot when he's on 29 kills. If you're cheating, you don't want to do, like, a dumb play to fuck this up, right? If you had the knowledge that he was here. Why is he jumping down so aggressively, which is fine, but why is he chucking a nade here? If I was cheating, I would just, like, if I was cheating and I had wall hacks, right, and I wanted to play it off, like people might assume this person's doing, I would jump off here, and I would look here with my gun, and then flick to this guy to the left, right? If I wanted to really play it off. But, me jumping down here and chucking a nade into here, making myself vulnerable, not smart. When you're cheating. That's why I don't think he's cheating, because there's just no reason for this. So, like, even if he was cheating, the motive is just not there, even if he was cheating. So, I don't think this is, like, an evidence against him.
You can argue.
Evidence
That
against
wasn't
evidence against the person exposing.
aim lock, whatever. I personally think it was because, as I said, I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time. I have a really fucking fast reaction time. That
doesn't matter. All right, so I'll even post this stuff to show you how unimportant this stuff is. I've been playing COD for how old am I? Nearly 20. All right, so let's say I'm 20. So I'm like a few months off. I've been playing COD since I was 4 on multiplayer. I've been playing since like COD 2 multiplayer. Like, yeah. All right, so I have 15, 16 years of COD experience of me playing it every single COD title religiously. Yeah. Like, yeah. I have that, and I disagree with you. See how silly that is? Because, like, we're just repping authority, and it doesn't, and it's a false appeal at authority. Me having that much playtime does not mean too much. You having that much playtime doesn't mean too much, and it's really fucking weird to appeal to that when your evidence hasn't been that good.
not reaction time to the guy's foot.
Oh, and then also on top of that, I can almost 100% guarantee I have a faster reaction time than this person, because I am currently, don't know how, getting 120, 130 ms reaction times. So I assume that I'm gonna have a faster reaction time than this person, and I have more years experience, and I play at a higher level. So, don't rep these things. Unless you're going to rep it with, like, this isn't. Like, don't rep it as you're 100% an authority on this situation. It helps, but it doesn't mean that you know exactly what you're talking about. It gives you an extra bit of credit.
He was just like, he just aim locked onto him. Simple as that. He knew he was
He
there
didn't.
because of the footsteps, but he didn't react to the guy being on the other side of this red ceiling right here. It just kills him. I mean, I can't really call cheats on just spraying somebody down from that close. He goes back up to the roof to get roof control.
Oh, again, this is a really nice play. Like, I feel like most people would just run through that building and run up, and then maybe get up on this side, right, and then expose themselves. I feel like maybe I'm off base here. I feel like a lot of people just run through here because of the urgency of the zone. The idea that he made a gas play, which, like, gas plays have a sense of urgency to, like, a sense of risk to them that a lot of people don't really take into account of to see how beneficial they are, you know? Because, like, there is that upfront risk. This was a smart play. Now, maybe I'm overzealous in saying that was, like, a super smart play, but, like, this is a decently smart play. So this person isn't clueless. Like, this person's trying to make out, you know?
I said, still a smart thing. There's this guy, moron just sitting on the bridge, not doing anything. Now, we're getting to another amazing part of this. A part that he tried to say I was bad for. This is a part he did include in the video and said that I don't know what audio cues are. So he sees them fighting out there.
Oh, but by the way, I haven't actually read this person's response to this person. It could be the fact that this guy exposing this person is just lying and saying that he heard audio cues. Zon might actually be saying, oh, you're bad because you don't have the game sense. And this person is just saying that audio cues and game sense, you know? Like, mixing the two up. So, yeah, that could also be a factor.
Pops a shot off at him, misses. Uses his airstrike. Now, we're going to listen very closely, guys. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you guys listen. Keep in mind, listen to all of this going on. Listen to the airstrike. Acknowledge all of that.
Target area is marked. You're cleared hot.
He said this was an audio cue.
Now, here's the sus part. We have to take with a grain of salt that was actually his explanation. But if he did say that was an audio cue, that is a very weird explanation, and I think that's a lie. But doesn't necessarily mean he's cheating. It's just a bit sus. It just opens up the possibility that it's like 50-50 he's cheating, you know? In this scenario. So with this, I would check this anyway. I don't know about you guys. I would have checked this position anyway, due to the fact that the zone's closing in. I had knowledge of people, if we want to extend the map to, like, here, right? I had knowledge of people over here. I had knowledge of people over here. 2 people are fighting to my left. 2 people are fighting over here. So I know that there is, like, probably 1 straggler. And there's a good chance because I didn't know, because this person, from my knowledge, didn't have any understanding of this area over here, because that's unknown. That was unknown territory. He didn't have game knowledge on that. So I would have checked this anyway, because it could be people coming into zone from this position, because I had no knowledge of people over here. And there's a decent chance of that, because we only see 2 people here. If there were 4 people fighting here, which would make sense, if people are like having a party over here, there's usually going to be a third party to come in and kill. And there might be another third party to kill if the 4 players were on the left-hand side, right? So, having that knowledge that if there was 4 people on the left-hand side, they'd probably all be fighting now to like try and third party each other. It is very reasonable to assume that people are around this area. So it's very reasonable to assume that 1 or 2 people are around this area. So, him checking here is not sus. His explanation to say it's audio cues, which I doubt it was, bit sus. But it could also be a fact that this guy's lying about his defense. So.
Now, I don't know about you. I have an expensive ass pair of, like, I have an expensive ass headset.
If you have an expensive ass headset, you should also know that if he did hear something, like this commotion over here doesn't really matter too much, because you would have 7.1 surround sound and you would be able to hear stuff behind you.
There's no way. I don't even think you can hear footsteps from that far.
That is a fair point. I don't think you can hear footsteps that far, but if you can, it doesn't, like, the idea that, like, this commotion would stop you from hearing it, it's not 100% true.
Let alone with people shooting and airstrike being called in. Are you kidding me, bro?
Target area is marked. You're cleared hot.
But that's an audio cue, guys. That's an audio cue. He heard that guy from 50 meters away and just chucked a random stun before he...
Again, it is possible it's an audio cue. I doubt it. Even if it's not an audio cue, this is a fair read.
I mean, he was within hearing distance. But, yeah, I mean, I think I've rested the case here. I put the nail in the coffin. If you can't see this guy is cheating, you're either fanboying him or you just are ignorant.
I'm going to rep the same things you rep. I have more years in COD, faster reaction time, play at a better level, have more cheating knowledge than you. And then also, on top of that, I don't know who the fuck this person is. So, again, not good. Not good to use that. Yeah. Sorry about that, man.
It's blatant. I watch a lot
It's
of
not blatant. You just come off like a salty fuck right now.
players, feutives, handler.
Yeah, it doesn't. If you watch good plays, doesn't mean that you have the. Again, this is even worse. Just because you're a good player doesn't mean that you have knowledge on someone that's cheating or not. Again, you just because this is another level abstracted. Just because you watch good players doesn't mean that you know if someone is cheating or not.
A lot of them. A lot of good players. Strafe's an amazing player. This is not skill. This is not audio cues. This is not any of that. Guy's just blatantly cheating, trying to cover it up, being a piece of shit scumbag. And if you see this, you agree with me, please report this guy. Get him off this game. He's going to make another account. But at least...
Again, this vindictive stuff is very fucking weird. For me personally, I don't know, you can get mad at people cheating. This person probably does. If this person does believe he's cheating, I do view the person that's exposing this person to be fucking weird. And a bit scumbaggy to like trying to appeal to his authority, which he has none. And stuff like that, trying to appeal to people's emotions, trying to convince that they think that this person's cheating. Yeah, it just comes off very vindictive and salty, especially this part where he's just like, report him to get his account banned. So even if, even if Activision doesn't ban him, that he like has a bad time or some shit like that. It's like very vindictive and not good. For me personally, when I see a cheater, I'm just like, report him, just report him. Yeah, to get him shadow banned. And then we'll wait until he gets fucking anti-cheat banned. Like, but like mine isn't like an aggressive thing. It's just like, yeah, fucking guys in the lobby, I'll just be like, yeah, guys, hey guys, can you report him? He's cheating. Yeah, and that's it. But like, I'm not gonna be like, guys, I want everyone to rally around and report this guy so he doesn't fucking exist anymore. It's like, You seem a bit too animated for this, man.
Please get him off this game and ruin his fucking TikTok because this guy's just a piece of shit. Now, I mean, we're coming to the end of the game. He's runs up here just like a
Target
pot.
area is marked. You're cleared
Also-
hot.
Again, you're fucking terrible. I'm sorry. I've been pretty cordial. This person exposing is terrible. This isn't a bad play. He saw people aggressing. Like, attacking each other, right? Running up here to get a line of sight to kill them, not a bad play. This person is bad for thinking that.
Airstrike on himself pretty much.
Placing an airstrike on yourself is not necessarily that bad when he knew that people were here and he can run away, and if they want to get away they have to go into zone or run into the airstrike. That is actually a good play. On the face of it, on surface level, looks like a bad play because why would you airstrike yourself? But the purpose behind that airstrike is really good. It creates a lot of pressure for this player.
Now, why I said earlier that that clip with the M4 shooting the guy in the window was fishy after he sniped him, broke his armor. You're telling me that man can hit 4-5 shots consecutively from 60 meters, beaming the guy through the window. He could hardly even see him, beaming him.
Target area is
And
marked.
then this guy
You're
runs
cleared
up
hot.
10 meters away and he whiffs half of this fucking clip.
He wastes probably 5 shots, but also on top of that, that's evidence against you, buddy. Why the fuck would this person, at the end of the game, toggle off his aimbot? That's that's the argument that you're making, implying that he toggled off his aimbot at the end here. Why is he toggling on and off his aimbot like this, man? There's no reason for it. And again, this is arguments that people use against me. If you know cheaters, they don't fucking do that. There's no reason for this person to be toggling off his aimbot at the end of a game of a 32 kill win. This could be great content. Why is he toggling off for this kill and potentially ruining it? There's no motive. And then also on top of that, it gives more evidence that this person isn't cheating because it's clear that he misses some shots while he's doing pretty decent tracking. He's missing some shots, so it's not locking onto a part. And it's like, this is evidence against the person. And he's just like, yeah, it's obvious because like he hit shots before and now he missed a few bullets. Bro, that's evidence against your accusation, man.
I honestly, while I was watching this, I thought he was going to kill himself with the airstrike, and I was going to laugh so hard, but he just runs down and goes down here and kills him, and that's the end of the game. Well,
Yeah, alright, so that video is done. My reaction is done. I hope that this was a keen insight. Sorry that I've been uploading lately. And I hope that I was decently cohesive and concise with my points. Thank you for watching. I hope that some of you guys got some sort of enjoyment out of it. Peace.